Sorry.
Okay.
Call the meeting to order. Let the record reflect that Dr. Prater, Dr. Frederick, Mrs. Callan, Mrs. Bush, and Mr. Lee are present for this specially called meeting. So thank you all for getting up early and taking time, additional time this month. So go ahead, Dr. Wendt. Mr. Wendt.
Good morning. Thank you so much for taking the time to come in for this special meeting. We have two items this morning. The first one is for the renovation for the new transportation building. The project consists of remodeling the existing building where we're going to be relocating the transportation department. We received 4 bids on the project. It was bid with both money and time. Nabholz was the low bidder for this project, and at 93 days with a base bid of $388,980, we are looking to ask for approval with the first 3 alternates. The 4th alternate was dealing with a lighting fixture component that we deemed we could do in-house more effectively. And so the recommendation for you today would be that the board awards the contract to Nabholz Construction here locally in Springfield in the amount of $481,375 for the base bids and alternate 1, 2, and 3.
Any questions of Mr. Wendt?
Could you just kind of give us an overview, or at least not an overview, an idea of some of the larger dollar item repairs or renovations that will be necessary? I mean, are there any particular items that are larger dollar items?
Well, the ceiling is being replaced within that. We're going through cleaning up the area. The building had been vacant for quite some time, so there's some electrical work to be done. Some of the alternates, in order to create the proper flow with how we would use it as a transportation facility, putting in some doorways so that we have flow going through the right way through dispatch and out to the lot. One of the things is we currently have a canopy over the fuel pumps at the current location, and that would be relocated to put a canopy over the fuel pumps at the new location, those types of things.
Okay, thank you.
What was the estimate for when you went into this? What did you?
For this component, we had anticipated that it was going to be right around $500,000.
Okay.
Completion by the beginning of school year?
Yes, this actually, and one of the reasons that we asked for this special session is it would be a 93-day completion time, and once that work's completed, then we need to move our things over, so we would be able to get that done this summer prior to the start of the school year.
I assume there's consequences built into the contract if they don't meet the 93 days.
Yes, sir. Okay. Yeah, we have liquidated damages
Okay.
clauses within those.
Any other questions?
I'll move for acceptance of the transportation bid.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved by Dr. Prater, seconded by Dr. Frederick, that the board issues a contract to Nabholz Construction of Springfield in the amount of $481,375 for base bid and alternates 1, 2, and 3. And while we're waiting for that to come up, go ahead and...
This next item is for purchase of real estate just north of the Fremont Elementary School. Part of the 2013 bond, we will, as you know, do the expansion, addition, renovation at the Fremont property. And one of the benefits, there's actually 2 benefits that the purchase of this additional land would help with our project. And on the screen, you can see there's a duplicate here. On the left is our current property right here. We have the expansion with the facility, but what happens is with the expansion is we will end up having to use about this much of our property to expand our detention area, which puts a lot of the playground area actually within the detention area, which is doable but not ideal. The property that we are talking about is there's 2 parcels just to the north, which runs along Evergreen Part of that, the one parcel is part of an existing regional basin. So with the purchase of this, and that's when we move to the diagram to the right, is we would be able to actually expand upon the regional basin in this area, and that would allow us to just leave our existing detention basin in place without having to impact a lot of the rest of our property. The additional benefit is another access point, which would, where we currently are on Fremont, would allow us to get onto Evergreen. The appraisal for this property was $254. The owner has agreed to a sale price of $115 for both.
$254,000.
I'm sorry. Yes, $254,000.
Just wanted that
Excuse me. Not enough coffee yet this morning.
Take that tweet off your Twitter.
Oh. Thank you. The owner has agreed to a sale price of $115,000. They have asked that the difference between the appraisal price and the sale price would be given as a donation to the school district. The fiscal note would be a proposed purchase to be funded through the operating funds, and our recommendation is that the board approves the purchase of the two parcels at 2850 North Fremont Avenue for $115,000, and that the closing documents might be signed by the superintendent or his designee. And I do want to mention that as part of our due diligence prior to closing, we'll finish going through the survey and all the other items that we normally look for as we deal with property issues.
That'll be done prior to closing, you said?
Yes.
Any questions on this property?
Yes.
So we're actually getting two for the price of one, it sounds
Yes.
like. However, did the owner of the property ask that we do anything specific to recognize that they're, in a sense, donating one?
No, they haven't asked for that. I think they also realize it's difficult to sell that one parcel because it is detention,
Right.
and there's few people that could take advantage of that. So
Will that save us a little money in terms of moving dirt around to create a new detention basin, and we would have had to
I don't know that it would save that much because of the slope and what we do. We're going to be moving so much dirt on that property.
But is there rock?
To be determined.
Yeah. Always, right?
I'd
Right.
move for acceptance of for approval of the real estate purchase at Fremont.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved by Dr. Prater, seconded by Mr. Lee, that the board approve the purchase of the two parcels at 2850 North Fremont for $115,000, and that closing documents be signed by the superintendent or designee. Kathy, that first vote didn't come up. What was?
Well, he was pulling up his.
Yeah.
resolution.
What was the vote?
It was
5-0.
unanimous.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. With that, we'll adjourn the meeting. Thank you.